Hi everyone, welcome to our power yoga class. Marilee and I are back on the mat, and today's class is going to be what Marilee refers to as
beast mode.
Beast mode. So that means that she should be sweating, and if she's not, I'm going to call her out on it. Okay? You ready for it?
Awesome.
Marilee's never scared of yoga, by the way.
We'll see.
All right, let's do this together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to, let's start practice today standing up, because why not? So we'll come on up to the front of your mat, and if you are feeling like you're really stiff when you're first standing, what I want you to do is think about completely letting go. That's all I want you to do. So go ahead and close your eyes, close your mouth. You're at the front of your mat, and you're going to separate your feet just as wide as your hips are. So I want you to get your heels right underneath your hips, and then I want you to just fold forward. So we're just going to fold. Now, if you're really tight in your hamstrings, you'll bend your knees a lot. If you're not really tight, you're going to straighten your legs to where it feels good. And I want you to grab opposite elbow to hand and just hang in your ragdoll. So ragdoll, we're hanging loose. We're not even moving. So we're just going to stay real still for a moment. And we're just going to let the top of your head relax in the floor. And I want you to think about letting gravity take over. So that means the weight of your head is dropping into the floor. Now I want you to think about gripping your toes a little bit and distributing your weight evenly throughout your feet. So feel your feet. Find a little rapport with the floor with your feet. So your head is heavy. Your shoulders are relaxed, you're hanging onto your elbows. You either have straight legs or you have bent knees. It's totally up to you. And while you're hanging here, just for these few seconds, you may already feel like you can straighten your legs more. So you might already be starting to exaggerate a little bit through your sit bones, pushing your butt bones back behind you with some energy. And then once you feel the opportunity to sway, you'll take your upper body to the right, and you're pulling out of the low left, and take it to the left, and you're pulling out of the low right. So I want you to go side to side and let that get real fluid. So that means that you're allowing yourself, you're not restricted in your motion. So if you can go way over to the left, go way over to the left. You can go way over to the right. Find your range of motion right now. Bring yourself back center, let your arms drop to the floor, and lift yourself up just enough so that you're not touching the floor with your fingertips. And then all I want you to do here is just make some circles on the floor. So we're hanging loose, just one direction, we're making circles. So we're letting the shoulders get pulled down, and then reverse it, take it the other way. And I want you to be looking, not at your hands, but looking through your legs. Because where you go, where your eyes go, the body's going to follow. That means that you're going to be able to hang forward more if you're looking through your legs. Now I want you to kind of reverse them, right? So make them big, make big circles, and then take it the other way. Beautiful. And then drop your palms flat to your shins and lift your torso we're just going to come halfway up so that you have a nice flat back. We're halfway lifted. We're pushing back through the seat. And now find a full breath in. Fill the lungs up. And as you exhale, I want you to slide your hands in between your thighs, grab on, and round your belly button towards your face. So pull, and really pull with some upper body strength. Slide your palms back to your shins. Push your seat back. Open up through your chest. Breathe in. As you exhale, slide your hands in, catch on, round and pull it. And then one more time, palms drop flat, breathe it in. And on the exhale, round and tuck it, pull it strong here. And then one vertebrae at a time, we're gonna roll up to standing, and I want you to shrug your shoulders up, all the way up by your ears, and roll them back. And then take those shoulders and shrug them up. Shrug them and roll it back. And then do that again. Find the shrug and the roll. And one more time, shrug it up. And roll it back. Very nice. Reach the arms out to the side walls. Stretch them up to the sky. And then take your right hand, wrap it around your left wrist. Find a deep breath in as you exhale. I want you to reach over, reach to the right side. So you really have that left wrist and you're pulling with some strength, right? So that right arm, we're staying here and we're breathing. So let's just stay here and breathe. Your thighs are lifted, your glutes are squeezing, and we have full deep inhales and exhales. Stay here and breathe. Eyes are closed. Then as you open your eyes, look up towards your fingertips and see if you can pull just a little bit more. Come on back center. Switch on that grip. Grab that right wrist. Find a breath in as you exhale. We're going left. We're reaching left. Pull on it. So root your heels into the floor. Keep pulling on it. Keep reaching. Now close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Full inhales and exhales. I want you to peel back through your right rib cage a little bit. So shine that up towards the corner of the ceiling, and then open your eyes and look up. Look up through your fingertips and lengthen and create the space. Glutes are still squeezing. We're gonna come back center. Interlace your fingers behind your back. And then drop your shoulders down and bring your shoulder blades together. So all I want you to do here is bring your arms as far away from the body as you can. Let's stay right here. Chin is center neutral. Arms are extending back. So find just an opportunity right here to lengthen along your biceps. So we're just breathing into the biceps right now. We're still lifting the thighs, we're still squeezing the glutes, we're gripping the toes, we're driving down through the heels. Now, right here, I want you to drop your chin in towards your chest. Drop it down and reach your arms back a little further. And then bring your chin center neutral and release your arms out. Open and close your hands a little bit. And then I want you to take your left hand outside of your left hip and just drive it down, push it down towards the floor, outside of your left hip. So there's energy where you're bringing your shoulder away from your ear. We'll bring your right fingertips above that left ear. You got it, Mary, you know what you're doing. Find a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna guide over. So this is really important. Merrily, stay there and keep pushing your left palm down. I don't want you to pull on your neck, right? I want you to think about there's just a little bit of guidance, right? A little bit of pressure. And it should be something that feels good, where you're creating the lengthen here, right? You're creating that length. So the left hand is pushing away. It's pushing down into the floor, bringing your shoulder away from your ear. Then drop your chin in a little bit. So chin is always where the neck feels good, right? We're looking for that feel good. So where my chin is could be a little slightly different than yours. Obviously it will be, right? We're not the same person. And then we're gonna come back center. And we're gonna drop that right palm down. And we're gonna push energy down through the floor first. Get that right shoulder away from your ear. And then that left arm's gonna come up. Fingertips are right above the ear. Find a breath in as you exhale. Create it. Mary, does that feel good for you? Yeah, it feels so nice. I mean, how often are we stretching our neck? Not enough, certainly. So now we're just using a little energy, a little pressure. You can move your chin around and find what feels a little better for you here. But what I want you to do is stay active in that right hand. So really, we're separating the fingers and we're pushing that right palm down towards the floor. And another thing to remember is make sure that you're even, right? So you're not hanging over. You're just gonna push it away enough where you stay in good form, keeping the energy, and then we'll come back center. We're gonna release the arms down. We're gonna keep the feet as wide as the hips. Then we're gonna fold forward. Fold forward. Let your fingertips drop to the floor. We're gonna say a slow motion no. So we're just turning the head, and from ear to shoulder, we're just moving it side to side. Then we're gonna take the fingertips outside of your little baby toes here. So you might have to bend your knees for this one, right? However you can get down there. You might have 2 blocks along the side of you. Maybe you're working with blocks. We're gonna step back on the ball of your right foot. And we're gonna scoot your left foot up until you're in a nice lunge position where your left knee is on top of your ankle and where your feet are as wide as your hips. So just look down and check out your right foot right now and turn your big toe slightly in to that left heel. And that's gonna give you the opportunity to let your right hip turn down towards the floor a little more. And that's what we're looking for, getting inside that right hip flexor. And then we'll step that right foot up and we're gonna lunge back on the left. Let's see if the ball of my foot will cooperate. I have a little bit of a toe thing going on. Right knee on top of the ankle here. And then check out that left foot. Turn that big toe. It's a very subtle little move. Just turn it in a little bit and you'll feel your left hip turn down. You're gonna feel that left hip shine down towards the floor here. And then we'll step the left foot up and we'll lunge the right foot back. Slide it back, get yourself into position. Feet are as wide as the hips. We're gonna stretch the arms out to the side wall and we're gonna come on up just into a nice little opportunity to find a lunge here. And then we're just gonna breathe into it. Full inhales and exhales. I want you to squeeze your back glute. So we're turning that back butt cheek on. That's taking a little bit of load away from the back. And then we'll drop the hands down. And we're gonna step the right foot up and we're gonna lunge the left foot back. Slide it way back. Stretch the arms out wide. Come on up, nice and tall. Squeeze, engage through that left glute right now. Drive that right knee back a little bit, make sure it's stacked on top of that ankle. We're gonna dip down through the seat and just hold it. Find a breath in, stretch up high as you exhale. Bring the hands down. We're gonna switch it one more time, step it back. Left foot's gonna step up on this one. Arms are gonna reach out to the side. We're gonna engage through that back glute and we're gonna lift up right here. We're gonna lift up. We're gonna reach back. We're breathing into the hip flexors right now. Find a breath in as you stretch up tall. Exhale, drop it, switch the feet. Step that right guy up, scooch it, arms reach out. Breathe in high. Engage through that back glute. Drop down through the seat a little bit. And then fold forward. We're gonna step back into a high plank. High plank position. So let's get our strong plank on today. I want you to spread your fingers as wide as you can, middle fingers. I want you to line them up with your shoulders. Right here, we're in a high plank. We're tucking up through the pelvis. We're squeezing through the glutes. Take your elbows, turn them to the back wall so you're nice and engaged through your triceps. And we're gonna breathe right here. And Marilee's gonna do more of the work. And I'm gonna get to chill out and just talk about her and her form. Okay, so plank position, tuck the pelvis a little bit, right? Tuck the belly button up just a little bit. It's a subtle movement. It's a little tuck here. Can you feel, Mare, when you're tucking that pelvis? Yeah, that you're doing more work. She's driving her chest away from the floor. So I want you to push yourself away from the floor as strong as you can. Are your quads on? Are you squeezing the front of your thighs? Are you finding energy out through your heels right now, right? So go ahead and push out through those heels so that you can open up a little bit through the arches of the feet. So we're staying strong in this plank. All I want you to do is bend your right knee a little bit. Bend your right knee a little bit. Yeah. And then straighten it and bend the left one. And then straighten it and take that side to side. Just walk it out a little bit, just feels good. Very nice. Keep bending your knees until you bring your hips up into down dog. Keep bending your knees into your downward facing dog. Just bending the knees. Now move the hips a little bit, right? A little bit. We're getting a little mobility. We're starting to get warm. Both legs are straight. Downward facing dog. We're in an inverted V. Elbows are still turning to the back wall. Triceps are turned on. So all this engagement is starting to get us warmed up already. We're starting to really feel, we're starting to maybe you're getting a little bit warmer or maybe you're sweating a little bit. We're gonna stretch your right leg up to the sky. All I want you to do is point your toes, point them back a little bit. Very nice. And then we're gonna lift that left heel. Lift it up, find a breath in. As you exhale, relax it down. Lift it up, find a breath in. As you exhale, lower it. One more time. Let's take the lift and the low. Relax through that left heel, bend your right knee, flex your toes in towards your kneecap, roll open, and breathe into that right hip. So we're taking the heel and we're pushing it. I want you to keep an active foot because I want you to have an active hamstring. I want you to lift that knee if you can so that you can go into the stretch just a little bit more. We'll drop that right foot to the floor. We're gonna stretch the left leg up and point the toes. Keep it straight, let's stay right here. We'll lift up through that heel. So go ahead and take that right heel, lift it up, breathe in. As you exhale, lower it down. Create the length. Inhale, take it up, and exhale, lower it. And then let's take it up, find the squeeze a little higher, and release it down. We got one more here, take it up, and relax it down. Flex the toes, bend the knee, roll open through the left side. We're pressing the heel. We got energy through the foot, nice. And we're also opening up through that rib cage. So right here, Marilee can feel the ribs kind of peel back. And doesn't that feel good, right? Rotation through the torso, and that feels really nice. Breathe in into the hip flexor, opening up. We got length through the quad. It looks really nice. Drop that left foot to the floor. Beautiful. What we're gonna do here is we're just gonna bend the knees a lot until they're almost in the floor, but we're keeping the arms open and we're still looking through your legs. So let that head be nice and relaxed, and then straighten the legs. Legs straighten, right? And then bend the knees. Bend the knees down, and then straighten the legs. Beautiful. And then the knees bend, drop them down low. We're keeping the arms long, and straighten the legs. One more time, we'll bend the knees. And then we have straight legs right here. We're gonna shift back into that high plank. We're gonna turn it on, right? Triceps are on, we're tucking the pelvis, quads are squeezing, there's energy through the back heels, we're pushing ourselves away from the floor. It's a strong plank. All we're gonna do is lift your right foot a tiny bit, just 2 inches off the floor, right? And then we're gonna take that right knee, we're gonna tuck it into your chest, nose to the knee, round up from here. Round up, tuck it, try to touch it, Mare. Try to touch it, tuck it in a little tighter. You should be feeling the work. Step back into your high plank. Everything is on, quads are squeezing. Left foot lifts just a little bit. We're gonna pause, find a breath in as you exhale, round and tuck it up, keep tucking it up. And then step it back, very nice. Turn the plank back on. We're gonna lift the right foot just a tiny bit off the floor. We're gonna turn the right knee out to the right side wall. So we're gonna open that knee out. We're gonna get inside that adductor. We're still squeezing through that left quad. We're still pushing away from the floor. Mare, are you working?
Yeah.
For 5, for 4, we're gonna take that right knee. We're gonna try to touch your left elbow, even if you can't touch it. We rotated the hips. Very nice. Now I want you to push that heel to the back wall. Don't drop the foot. Square off. Right here. Yeah, don't drop the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2. Foot comes to the floor, left foot lifts. Just a pause. So we're gonna engage stronger through the right quad. Left knee turns out to the left side wall. And we're opening up through that adductor, through the inner thigh right here. We're nice and strong. She's still pushing away. She's doing the work, I could tell, because she's getting warm. Let's take that left knee. We're going over to that right elbow. Try to touch it. If you can touch the elbow, get it higher. 5, work it higher. 4, 3, for 2, the heel comes back, don't drop the foot. Hold that single leg plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, drop the foot. It's time for child's pose, because you earned it. Nicely done. Separate the knees, let the chest drop in between the thighs. We're just gonna relax right here. So top of the feet are relaxed in the floor. We're off of the toes if that's available. If it's not, that's fine too. And we're just gonna let your seat drop back towards your heels. And we're reaching out through the fingertips, extending long, lengthening. Let's come into down dog. Downward facing dog, nice and long right here. And then we're gonna take just a little bend in the knees. The smallest bend that you need to be able to get your feet to walk up to your wrist. One little step at a time. So just one little tiny step at a time until we get all the way up to the front of your mat. Feet are gonna come together. We're gonna fold in and hug onto your calves or use your fingertips in the floor. So I want you to think about this one. Forward fold, it's a pose. Let's not skip over it. Let's not rush over it. So you're either here where you can bring your fingertips to use as your leverage to get closer in and feel that fold. If that's not available, you can be right here. Pull. I want you to pull and feel something. Then we'll stretch the arms out to the side, touch the walls to the side. Reach up to the sky, breathe in, squeeze through the glutes. Exhale, forward fold. Dive in, it's a pose. Forward fold, feel something right here. Make it strong. Halfway lift will lengthen through the spine. Bend the knees a lot, step or jump back to your high plank. High plank position, we're in it strong. We're squeezing through the quads. And right here, we're gonna lift that right foot again, just a little bit off the floor, right foot lifts. It's gonna be a 4 count, so I want you to stay with me. We're gonna bring your right knee to your right tricep, but on the count of 4, drive it up for 4, 3, 2, we're gonna try to touch it. We're gonna hold it here. Keep pushing your chest away from the floor. Keep your chin neutral. So remember, don't strain in there. We're trying to touch it. Now it's gonna be a 4 count, right knee to the left elbow. 4, 3, it's a hip rotation. 2, we're gonna try to touch it. Keep straightening the arms, keep squeezing through that left quad. It's a 4 count to come back. 4 into your high plank. 3, 2, drop the foot and hold the plank. Very nice, hold the plank. Left foot lifts just a little bit. We're just holding it here, squeezing the right quad. It's a 4 count, stay with us. Here we go, breathe in on the exhale, drive it up. 4, 3, 2, let's try to touch it right here. Try to touch on, keep lifting it if you can. Try and get it a little bit higher. It's a 4 count, hip rotation. We're going to the right. 4, 3, 2, excellent, Mare, very nice. We're trying to touch it. Let's lift it up. Let's lift it up. Where's your neck? Stay in tune with that. Let's take it back. 4, 3, 2, drop the foot, child's pose because you earned it. Drop down and take the upper body to the left side. Find a long stretch. It's a long reach. We're using the floor. We're getting warm now, so feel it, breathe it, own it here. We're lengthening on that whole right side. Let's pick it up. We're going all the way over to your right. Big breath in as you exhale, drop and feel, create the length. Reach through the left ribs. Come back center. We're in downward facing dog. And we're gonna bend the knees and we're gonna take a step or a light jump with your feet to the front of your mat. Find a lift halfway, we'll breathe it in as you exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, come up tall, arms out to the side, breathe in high. Exhale, fold it down, nice and tight. Halfway lift, we'll breathe it in. Step or jump back to your high plank. High plank position. So this is our first time in coming down. We're still gonna use the knees and modify. For our first Chaturanga, we're gonna find a little modification. So stay here, we're on the knees, arms are long and straight. We're on the balls of the feet. So from your shoulders to your hips, we're on a nice angle, from your shoulders to your hips. Now together, we're gonna lower down and we're gonna keep the pelvis off the floor and we're gonna bring your shoulders in line with your elbows. So I want you to tuck them in. Keep your chin neutral. We're tucking up through the belly, so we're staying inside the work there. And then very slowly bring your pelvis down. Release your toes and slide your palms back. Squeeze your glutes and your thighs. Modify your up dog. Come on up. Modified up dog. Shoulders, elbows, wrists are stacked. We're squeezing through the glutes from the knees to the toes. We're in downward facing dog. Let's get nice and long. Downward facing dog. Right hand comes outside of your left knee or slide it down by your ankle and pull. So this one's just a nice feel good in that right shoulder. Let's switch sides. So left hand's gonna catch on, grab it, pull. And then we'll come back center, bend your knees a lot, and then look up where you wanna go. Lightly land, find the lift. Halfway, we're breathing in. On the exhale, it's a deep forward fold. Dive in nice and tight. Chair pose drops the seat. Chair pose. So we're coming up into a seated squat. We're gonna make sure that your toes are gripping into the floor and that you can see your toes. So go ahead and look down, make sure you can see your toes. Squeeze your thighs together. We're creating some length from the shoulders through the fingertips, so reach out nice and long. Very nice. Keep squeezing the thighs together, right? So let's find some energy. And as you take your exhales, if it's available, I want you to drop down a little more on the exhales, find a little more seat. So it's a nice opportunity to work, right? We're really thinking about work in here. We're thinking about bringing some heat into the pose. We're thinking about keeping that neutral spine. Yeah, so nice and neutral. We're still squeezing the thighs. So as we squeeze, we're creating the warmth, we're creating the heat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Palms pressed together strong. Breathe in. As you exhale, bring the edge of your right elbow to the outside edge of that left knee. Now this is where you're gonna have to pull that right kneecap back so you can keep your hips even. This is also where you're not laying down into the legs, right? Yeah, you wanna keep that lift. We're rotating here. We're keeping the lift. Are you still squeezing your thighs at home? Because if you are, then you're still working, but sometimes you get a little bit tired and you forget about it. So think about squeezing those thighs, or maybe you have to just straighten your legs like Marilee just did. Maybe you just need that little nanosecond to straighten them and then get back into it. Right hand drops, left hand opens. Reach back. Keep that right kneecap back, Mare. Pull that right kneecap back. Yeah, 5. Dropping the squat low. So listen, if you can't keep your knees even, that means that your squat's too low. So only go as low as you can with good form. We're gonna stay seated. So we're gonna keep that butt down low. Chair pose, come on up. Chair pose. Are you squeezing your quads? Are you squeezing? Yeah, are you squeezing your quads, Mare?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Squozing.
Squozing, she's got it going on. Hands to the heart center, stay here. Lengthen your upper back. Breathe in. As you exhale, take it to the other side. Edge of the left elbow, we're coming the outside edge. We're rotating that right rib cage. Gorgeous. So now we're keeping that left kneecap. That left kneecap is in line with the right as much as you can. And if you need to lift your seat up, go for it. Marilee's breathing. She's inside that ujjayi. I can hear it. Left hand drops. Right arm reaches. Here we are. Let's roll it open. So let's peel back through that right rib cage. So as you breathe in, reach up. Come up out of that shoulder. As you exhale, let it roll back. But don't lose a seat, right? Keep dropping that seat. Nice, Mare. Forward fold. It's been a minute since we straightened the legs. It feels good. Step or jump back into your high plank. Right wrist is under the shoulder. Left foot staggers in front of the right first. Let's stagger and get a joint stack. So if you turned and your shoulder's on an angle, I want you to walk your feet up a little bit so you can get that right shoulder on top of your wrist, where your wrist is underneath the shoulder. Now, once you're there, if you feel stronger, you're gonna stack your top foot on top of the bottom. If you don't feel stronger, or if you feel too much pressure in your back on this one, I want you to stay staggered on it so you can keep that left foot in front. But since we're going all out, if you're feeling like you got that, let's take it to the max energy, you're gonna stack the feet and you're gonna just do the work to stay here, right? And it's a lot of work to stay here. I mean, we didn't even move into movements yet. Marilee's got her quads on, she's breathing. Let's take the left arm overhead. Where's your neck? Does it feel good? Bring it wherever it feels good. For me, sometimes looking down at my right hand feels better for my neck. May not feel better for you. Maybe looking up through your fingertips feels better. Can you get that right hip a little higher? Yeah, lift it up. 5, 4, lift it up. 3, 2, we're in a high plank. Nice job, Mare. Now we're gonna find a full chaturanga. Let's lower down, no knees. If you need the knees, use them. Chaturanga pose, up dog. We're moving 1 foot at a time. Thighs are lifted, knees are lifted. We're squeezing the glutes, we're squeezing the quads. Downward facing dog, we'll find the exhale. And the seat goes high and the head drops low. Bend the knees, step or float your feet. We're at the front, find a lift. Halfway we're breathing in, exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, chair pose, drop the squat. We're coming up nice and strong. Knees are away from the toes. So now what I want you to think about doing, once you're in your chair pose with your seated squat and you have that neutral spine going on right here, all I want you to do is shift your weight into your left foot and pick up your right foot. So you're driving your thigh up into your chest. You're driving it up. And we're keeping the arms extended out. So we're just lifted through that right leg. Yeah, nice. Now we're gonna lower the hands down so that your wrists are in line with your shoulders. And we're still driving that thigh up and we're doing the work. Now we're gonna find a single leg seated squat on the left. We're down and we're squeezing. I want you to come all the way up. Lower it down and we're squeezing. If this is too much, here's a modification. Marilee, you keep going strong. You can drop the ball of your foot, and you can use it just as a little helper, right? Just as a little guide. We're down and up. And we're squeezing through that glute. We're down and up, and we're squeezing for 2. Squeeze it. And we got 1 more. Now hold the seated squat. Hold the seated squat. So maybe you're in that full pose. Now all I want you to do is interlace your hands, keep that leg high. Interlace your hands around that knee, catch it, and pull it up into your chest. Pull it up. That left quad should be burning. 5, 4, you should be feeling it there. 3, 2, chair pose, drops the seat. We're staying low, we're smoking the glutes, we're doing the work. All we're gonna do is lift the left foot up so that your thigh comes up into your chest. Yeah, we're flexing through the toes. Nice, Mare. If it's available, you're dropping your right seat down a little bit. We're lengthening through the back. It looks strong. We're gonna lower the wrist, yep, in line with the shoulders. Now we're going down and up. So we're working this, we're only 20 seconds here, and we were 20 seconds on the other side. I want you to squeeze that right glute as you come up. So as you lift, squeeze it, yep, drop the seat. Are you still lifting through your left leg? So that left thigh is still coming up into your chest. This is what's creating everything, getting that heart rate up, because you're working everywhere, right? 3, 2, stay in the seated squat, stay low, keep driving the left thigh high, keep driving it up. Grab the knee, hug it into your chest, lengthen through your back. 5, 4, don't let that right knee come forward. 3, 2, the feet meet, we're in chair pose, extend the arms up, breathe it in as you exhale, forward fold, we're coming down nice and low. Halfway lift, we'll lengthen through the spine, step or jump back to your high plank, left wrist is under the shoulder, stagger that top foot in front of the bottom first, get the joint stack, lift that left hip, it looks strong, heart rate should be up on this one. Now if you feel stronger, and Marilee did on the other side, let's catch it on the other side. So sometimes one side is a little bit weaker than the other. Be kind to yourself, right? You'll be able to stay in that staggered on the other side, even if you stacked on one side. So remember, you'll get stronger as you do the practice. So keep coming back and doing these classes, guys. You got this. We're lifting up. We're lifting that hip up. She's squeezing the quads. We're driving energy away from the floor. We're still lifting. Thighs are on. We're doing the work. Can you feel it? 5. She's breathing. 4. For 3, we'll stretch that arm overhead. Where is your chin? Where the neck feels good. For 2, come on into your high plank. Excellent. We're gonna lower down into your chaturanga. We're gonna stay right here. And we're gonna do some little push-ups. The whole body goes with you. Here we go. For 8, 7. If you need to drop your knees, 6, go for it. 5, Marilee's not doing it. 4, because she's in beast mode. 3, 2, we said beast mode and she doesn't mess around. Upward facing dog, breathe it in because you can. Chaturanga, hold it. 5, burn it. Feel it. 3, 2, high plank, Mare, high plank. Child's pose, chill out, nice job. So child's pose is there for you. Thread right arm under the left. I sound like a robot. Thread right arm under left. Thread your right arm under your left. You can reach your left arm nice and long. We're just breathing here, right? So child's pose is here for you for the entire class. So if you felt like beast mode when you got in your mat when we first started and now you're like, oh hell no, I'm not feeling beast mode, find child's pose 1,000,000 times. It's all good, right? I mean, if you clicked on beast mode and you came in like you're all ready for it, but you weren't ready for it, there's a bunch of other videos that'll get you to be ready for it, so it's all good. Left arm threads under, we'll reach through the right. What I want you to remember though is, if you had a certain kind of energy when you started and your body's not cooperating, please know that this is such a beautiful practice, this is such a beautiful compilation of movements that you can modify every single thing and still go to the end of class. That's why I love this power yoga so much. We're in downward facing dog. That's why it's kept me fit for all these years, because It's just such a perfect combination. Right leg's gonna lift nice and high. We're gonna walk your hands back to your toes on the left. So bring yourself back there. We're gonna spread the toes a little bit. We're gonna get nice and balanced on that left foot. And then all I want you to do is bring your hands to your hips and lift your torso halfway up. Hands are on the hips. Keep the hands on your hips right now, and I want you to feel your hips come in line with each other. So just manually shift your hips so that they're as even as you can feel them. I want you to flex your right toes in towards your kneecap, and then warrior three, we're gonna stretch the arms out to the wall in front of you, and we're gonna lift the arms up. So that doesn't mean we're lifting the chest, we're lifting the arms up, right? We're turning the right hip down. We're lifting the right leg up. We're creating elongation and length. So Marilee has energy, like she has fire coming out towards the front wall. She's got fire coming out towards the back wall, and she's still lifting. We're still lifting. Yeah, the arms are lifted, the back leg's lifted. This is work right here. So I want you to feel your warrior three. We're working in it for 5, 4, 3, 2 hands find the floor, walk along dog with a high right leg. Walk yourself out. We're in downward facing dog. We're nice and long. Right foot lunges through your hands. We're on the ball of that back foot. And arms are out to the side wall. We're up in that crescent lunge where we started. Crescent lunge. So that back knee, that left knee is coming close to the floor a little bit. We're going to stretch the arms back. Let's interlace the fingers and bring your pointer fingers up to the sky right now. Now we're holding the lunge, a modification. You can drop the left knee to the floor. Keep it lifted if you don't need to. And then we're just gonna find little lunges. So we're just coming down and up. Little lunges right here. Down and up, right? We're reaching the biceps back. Down and up. We're not bringing body weight forward into that knee. We're just using all that strength. Load up that back leg. And what I want you to think about is the fact that we're only here for 30 seconds. You could do anything for 30 seconds. We're already 15 seconds in, right? How you feeling, Mare? You working? She feels great. She feels great. She said it. I got it on camera. Let's breathe through it. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Bring your left knee to the floor. Easy. You can stay right here. If it feels good for you, you can stretch back a little bit. So you can do a little baby back stretch. If it feels good for you, you can come into half camel. So you can release your left or right hand to your left leg, and you can find a reach back there. And you're driving your pelvis forward. So I want you to think about, when you're doing that, I want you to think about allowing yourself to really start to let go as you stretch back, right? So where the eyes go, the body follows. So if you're all jammed up here, you may not be able to get the deepest stretch for yourself, right? And remember, you can always look down at the floor, and maybe that feels better for your neck. We're breathing. So I want you to use your abdominals very slowly. Use your abdominals to lift your torso back up. I came out of it a little quick because I'm talking. Stay there, Mare. So we use the abdominals to come back up, to lift through that torso. Now we're gonna use the abdominals and we're gonna use the lower body. We're gonna lift that back knee up. Yeah, fantastic. Hands come to the heart center. We're gonna breathe in as you exhale, edge of your left elbow is coming to the outside edge of your right knee. And we're gonna use that leverage to find a torso twist. And then let's drop that left hand down. It could be inside or outside of your right foot. We're gonna reach the right arm open. Very nice. Now I want you to feel your lower body. Your stance is wide enough to where you feel stable. So if you don't feel stable, you can hop that foot over. Because imagine someone has a rope on your right wrist and they're gonna pull you up into revolving crescent. So now we're keeping that torso turning to the side. So Marilee's there, opening the arms up. We're reaching and we're breathing. I want you to take your right hand to your left leg, somewhere. It could be outside of your hip, and reach your left arm to the sky. And then I'm gonna pull you back a little bit through that left arm. We're dipping down through the right seat. Now what I want you to do is I want you to really think about using that right arm strength to twist the torso. So we're using it as leverage to turn. On the inhales, we stretch up. On the exhales, we pull with the right arm. So let's breathe into the pose right now. Let's breathe into it. Every single exhale, we find a little bit of something, right? Every exhale, we're working a little bit more. We're going a little bit deeper in that right seat. We're turning the torso a little bit more. Square off back center. Arms reach high, breathe in. As you exhale, fold forward. We're in a high plank. Right wrist is under the shoulder. Stagger your left foot in front of your right. So find the stagger, get the joint stack, lift the hip up. Now if you feel stronger, stack the feet, ankles come together. Reestablish the lift, get inside that right oblique. It's gonna be a 4 count. Let's stay together on it. We're gonna take that right ankle up to the sky, but on 4. Here we go, lift that left leg for 4, 3, the left one, 2. She's like, how are we gonna do that? Let's hold it up. Now it's a 4 count. We're gonna drive that thigh into your chest. For 4, bend the knee, drive it up. 3, 2, nice. Now it's a 4 count to bring it out to the sidewall. For 4, 3, nice, Mare bossing it. 2, now it's a 4 count, down and up slow. Tap it and pick it up. 4, 3, I'm like a puppet master. 2, hold it up on 1, stack the feet. We're in a high plank. Let's do a full range of motion, Chaturanga push-ups, down and up. Here we go, down and up. For 8, if you're tired, 7, get those knees to the floor. 6, push it, yes. 5, we got 4 more. 4, she's got 4 more. 3, 2 more. 2, we got child's pose. Let's honor rest, relax, release. Let your head drop down. You can circle through. So she's circling through her wrists. So if your wrists are starting to feel something, circle through it. And then come on into your down dog. We're nice and long. Bend the knees, bend the knees, step or jump up to the front of your mat. Feet come together, we'll find a lift halfway. We're breathing in as you exhale, forward fold. Chair pose drops the squat. Chair pose, drive the knees away from the toes. Then we're gonna lift the heels up off the floor. Heels come nice and high. Now we're gonna bring those shoulders back on top of the hips. Yeah, we're dropping down through the seat here. So now I want you to lower your arms down so that your wrists are in line with your shoulders. Keep squeezing your thighs. Let your heels get a little higher. Let your seat drop down a little lower. So I want you to drop down low, but not so low that you're resting. So if you're down here, I mean, you could be having like snacks, popcorn and chips and like watching a show. But if you're up here, that's, you know what I'm saying? There's no bueno for resting. So we're squeezing through the thighs. We're lifting through the heels. We're tucking through the hips. Core abdominals is on big time, right? So rectus abdominis is on, we're doing the work. Now, all I want you to do is squeeze your thighs stronger. What a pain in the ass that is. Bring your left arm straight back behind you, Marilee, straight back towards me. Yep, just straight back. Now, we're gonna add in a little lift and lower as we alternate the arms. A little lift and a little low, right? Stay in the shoulder mobility. Really lift that back arm. Let it lift up. Quad should be burning. 8, 7, we're skiing through it. 6, 5, 4, 3, for 2, we're in chair pose. Drop the heels, arms reach high. Breathe in as you exhale, forward fold. We're bringing the heat, halfway lift. Find the inhale, step or jump back. We're in a high plank, chaturanga. We're down low. Up dog, breathes life into it. Chaturanga, we come back to the work. We're back here in a chaturanga. Can you keep your shoulders in line with your elbows while you lift your right foot just a tiny bit off the floor? Flex the toes in, Mary. Yeah, keep that quad on. We're squeezing that left quad. Drop that right foot. Left foot lifts. We're flexing the toes. Keep that right thigh on. Very nice. Drop that left foot. Up dog, we're gonna stretch it out again. Pull the shoulder blades back. Downward facing dog, we find the exhale. Left leg gets high, walk yourself back to your toes on the right. Distribute that weight nice and even. When you're ready, upper body's coming only halfway up. Grab the hips, stabilize, find the balance, find your dristi, that one steady focus point. Look at one thing that's not moving. Keep feeling your hips until they're even. flex your back foot so your toes are coming in. Left quad squeeze in. Warrior 3, reach the arms to the front wall. Thumbs are up to the sky, palms face each other. Now, chin stays neutral, top of the head is shining out to the front wall. Guess what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lift the limbs up, not the torso, but the limbs, yeah. Lift the arms up, lift the back leg up. I can feel Mare's glute, it's on big time. For 8-7, let's keep doing the work. 6-5, looks amazing. 4-3-2, stay here. Stay here. Can you stay here? 2 hands find the floor. Excellent. Left leg stays high. Walk along dog. Left foot lunges. Back heel stays lifted. Arms are out touching the sidewall because you're opening up. We're warm in your crescent lunge. Gorgeous, Marilee. Right knee's close. So she's close to the floor. Body weight shifted back into that right leg. Arms are reaching. We're extending the thumbs back. Interlace the fingers overhead. Pointer fingers drive high. Let's bring the right knee down easy. Very nice. So we're gonna breathe right here. If it feels good, stretch back a little bit. Only if it feels good are we gonna release that right hand back, right? Only if it feels good are we gonna let yourself find that stretch back where we're breathing into the pose. We're breathing into maybe a back bend, right? We're lengthening through the rib cage. Mare, that's gorgeous. So we're not laying down. That right arm is not laying body weight down on that leg, right? We're nice and light with the right fingertips just touching. And chin is where the neck feels good. And we're breathing it. We're owning it for 5. Reach it. 4, 3. She's got it. Now, in slow motion. It's slow, slow. We're gonna use the core, arms reach up. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna stay right here. Now we're gonna use, and you can always drop your hands if you need to, but if you don't need to, I don't want you to. We're gonna use, keep the hands separated. We're gonna use your lower body strength to lift that right knee up. Just a little bit off the floor, load up that back leg. Hands come to the heart center. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, edge of the right elbow. Let's work it. Outside edge. Yeah, let's work it. We're peeling back right here. Nice, Mare. Where's your neck? Make sure it's not hanging down to the floor, right? So chin stays neutral. Stay in touch with that right now. Squeeze that back leg. Squeeze it. Right hand drops. Left arm reaches. Open. Very nice. We're peeling back. So your right hand could have been outside of your left foot just to get that extra stretch. If you like that in your shoulder, you can certainly do that. But when we're going to come up, you got to bring that right hand inside of your left foot, which Marilee already has. Make sure your stance is wide enough to come on up into revolving crescent. Here we go. So now we're going to reach the arms out with equal energy, right? Equal energy. So there's electricity through her right fingertips, electricity through the left fingertips. And we're just turning the torso a little bit. And then that left hand catches your right leg somewhere. Let your right arm drive up to the sky. Now, make sure you didn't lose anything in that left glute. So a lot of times your left glute will lift up. Can you drop it down just because you're here? Why wouldn't you get the extra? On the inhales, stretch up. On the exhales, pull with your left arm strength. On the inhales, reach up through the fingertips. On the exhales, pull with that left arm strength. Drop that left seat. We're gonna square back center. Breathe in. As you exhale, fold forward. We're in a high plank. We're holding that high. And then let's go ahead and bring that left wrist under the shoulder. Stagger your right foot in front of your left. Get the joints stacked first. Now, if you're feeling stronger, pick up that right foot and stack it. Lift that left hip. Yeah, here we are. So you gotta think about pushing yourself away from your mat. Are you thinking about that, Mare? Yeah, she's pushing away. She's using that lat, right? So let's get in here. Let's make sure that we're not letting the shoulder do all the work. It's a 4 count to take that top leg up. Let's do it together for 4, 3, 2, we're holding it high. We're driving off the edge of that left foot. So there's energy right there. It's a 4 count to tuck the knee in. 4, 3, drive it up, Mare. 2, get everything that you can get. It's a 4 count out to the side. 4, 3, 2, let's touch it down easy. It's a light touch, we're gonna pick it up. For 4, light little tap. 3, that's it. Drive it higher. 2, pull it up on 1. Excellent, we're in a high plank position. Chaturanga, we're gonna lower down and push yourself all the way up. Full range of motion. Very nice, stay right here. Point your right toes back behind you. Chaturanga, lower it all the way down and push it all the way up. Drop your right foot. Point your left toes back behind you. Chaturanga, we're gonna lower it down and push it all the way up. 2 feet are on the floor. Chaturanga, we're lowering down. 4 little push-ups for 4, the whole body. 3, 2, 1 more, hold the chaturanga, up dog, let's breathe in. Chaturanga, let's find the work here. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're in downward facing dog with a high right leg. Right foot lunges, back foot turns sideways, arms touch the sidewall. Warrior 1, come on up, gorgeous. Warrior 1. Let your right hand grab your left wrist. Pull up out of your left shoulder. Inhale, as you exhale, pull to the right. Come back center. Warrior 2, right arm forward, left arm back. Now we're gonna slide that left foot back, keeping the outer edge of the foot. We're squeezing that left quad. Marilee could balance. She could balance a grapefruit right on her right thigh. So if you can do that, find that 90-degree angle. That's what we're working towards. If you can't, who cares, right? Keep it lifted. But if you can, we're going 90 degrees right here. That's where the work is. Right palm flips to the sky. Breathe in as you exhale. Reverse the warrior. Let yourself get pulled up out of that right rib cage. We're lifting up, but we're rooted through that back leg. We're rooted through that back foot. Cartwheel flow through to your high plank. 1 forearm at a time. We're coming down into a forearm plank position. Forearms, nice. We got energy through your back heels. We're pushing yourself away from the floor. Right here in a forearm plank position. We're tucking through the hips, squeezing the thighs. So all we're gonna do is pick up your right foot. Bend your right knee so your right heel is stacked on that knee. Let's find a little push through the ceiling. The rest of the body stays still for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Place that right foot down. Left foot lifts. Squeeze that right quad. Bend the knee, flex the toes. So the rest of the body is not bouncing. Let's push it up for 8, 7. And what I mean by that is 6. You don't want to be going up and down like this. 5. Keep it real still. 4, 3, 2. Step it back. Hold it. So right here, if you've been working like Marilee is, you can come into child's pose if you need a break. I haven't been doing anything other than pushing this woman around. So we're driving the chest away. So I am just feeling fresh in this pose only for that reason. So let's breathe in. As you exhale, it's a 4 count right hip to the right side of your mat. For 4, 3, 2, it's a little touch. Let's bring it back. 4, 3, 2, and we're square. Breathe it in. As you exhale, we're going left. 4, 3, 2, it's a little touch. We're coming back. 4, 3, 2, let's hold it right here. Drive your chest away a little bit. 1 palm at a time, wrist under the shoulder. We're in a high plank. 1 forearm at a time. We're back in that forearm plank. Palms were coming up. Geez, I'm exhausted. Forearms were coming down. Palms were pushing up. Get stronger. See if you can alternate them. Forearms were coming down. You could be on the knees, modifying. Mare, show a modified version. Knees are down, palms were up. If you're modifying, you're right here. Toes stay in the floor. Forearms were down. If you're feeling stronger, knees are off the floor. Hold it right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Palms were up. Chaturanga, we're down. Up dog, we'll breathe it in. Let it feel good. Chaturanga, come on back to the work. Let's find 8 little push-ups, why not? 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's really 4, fatigue the hell out of 3, those triceps 2. Downward facing dog, we're long. Left leg gets high, left foot lunges, Right foot turns, warrior one. Come on up, nice and strong. Squeeze in that back glute. Let your left hand catch your right wrist. Lift up out of it, breathe in. As you exhale, we're going left, we're reaching left, we're feeling left. 5, 4, we're still squeezing through the back glute. 3, we got a strong straight back leg. Outer edge is pushing down for 2. Come back up center, warrior 2. Left arm comes forward. Right arm comes back. Make sure you're lifting that back arm, right? So make sure you got some energy under there, right? So I can't just come by and flip your arms up. We got that 90 degrees. Make sure you're turning that left knee out just a little bit. It turns out, so we're inside that adductor. Left palm flips to the sky. Breathe in as you exhale. Let's reverse the warrior. It feels good. Come up out of the left rib cage. We're light on the right. Cartwheel flow through to your high plank. High plank position. We're holding it nice and strong. We're tucking up through the pelvis. We've been here before, high plank. Right wrist is under the shoulder. Left foot staggers in front of the right. Take the stagger, find the joint stack, and then stack the feet. Bring the left foot on top. So you can stay staggered. It's gonna be a 4 count. Stay with me, breathe in, reach up tall. As you exhale, we're coming under your right rib cage for 4. Turn the torso. 3, 2, turn it and reach all the way through. All the way through. Let's open it up for 4, 3, 2, lift that right hip. Very nice. Left leg's gonna lift up to the sky. Lift it all the way up as high as you can. And then very slowly reach your left arm overhead. Reach here. Let's get long and strong. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're in a high plank. Left wrist is under the shoulder. We're gonna stagger the feet. Get the joint stack. Turn it on. We're lifting up. Now stack it. Beautiful. Keep lifting right here. Keep lifting that up. We're driving away. Breathe in as you exhale. We're coming under for 4, 3. We're turning under for 2. Reach it all the way through. Let's open it up for 4, 3, 2. Lift that top leg up. Reach the toes back. Lift it, mare. Take it up high. Use all that energy. Don't leave anything on your mat, guys. Reach it overhead. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're in a high plank. We're all the way down to the floor. Relax, cheek to one side. Relax, release, let go. You earned it. Nice job, guys. Nicely done. I like it. Arms reach out in front of you. Toes reach way back behind you. It's a Superman pose. Squeeze your butt cheeks first. Lift your chest and your arms. Lift your thighs up. Let's swim. Arms and legs are going for 10, 9, we're working it here. 8, 7, keep going, mare. 6, find speed on it. 5, 4, 3, 2, stop the swim. Everything lifts up, and then relax down, cheek to the other side. Relax. And then we're gonna come into bow pose, bend the knees, reach back, catch your feet, catch your ankles, catch your pant legs. Maybe you got a little strap back there, a yoga strap. Ready? Let's lift up. So start to kick your feet back. Yeah, lift up through your shoulders. Kick back on your feet. Bring your toes up to the sky. Bring your knees only as wide as your hips, Mare. Yeah, now lift the thighs up, and then the chest lifts for 5. We're going up. 4, we're working it. 3, there's a kick back on it for 2. And slow and easy, coming into your down dog. Let's get long, downward facing dog. So we neutralize the spine. The seat goes high, the head drops low. Let's just relax through the nervous system. Close your eyes, turn your elbows back. Relax back through your heels. Let's stay right here. Right leg lifts. Sweep that right knee up to your right wrist. Bring your right ankle to your left wrist. Bring your left knee down easy to the floor. Slide it back a little bit. Let the upper body get tall. So we're lifting and lengthening through that upper body. You can stay right here. You can reach your arms up to the sky if you want to challenge your balance. You can stay right here if you want to, or you can bring your right fingertips onto your right thigh or the floor, and you can go for a quad stretch and reach your left hand back and catch that foot. You could also use your right hand instead, so what feels better for you? We're just breathing into that quad. Please don't pull your left heel, jam it into your butt cheek as soon as you grab that foot. Please don't do that, because you could do a lot of damage just yanking on your body, period. But a lot of times it goes into like a hamstring you get a cramp there, and that's never a good time. And then easy release of the foot. We're going to lengthen the upper body, and we're going to slowly find a big breath in, and then turn your torso a little bit to the right, and let yourself drop down. So the reason why we're coming a little bit to the right is so that your left hip will turn down in towards that right heel. And it doesn't have to be exaggerated like that, but just so that it's not peeling back open, we just want to kind of turn it down. Yeah. And so Marilee's up on her forearms. If that feels good for you, stay right there. You can always cross your arms and let your head drop into your forearms if you like. You can reach your arms out long, what feels better. So we've been moving and working. This is the time where we're just gonna let go. And we'll come on into your down dog. Left leg is gonna get high. We'll sweep that left knee up to your left wrist, work the left ankle. You might have to grab that ankle and pull it up, so it may not cooperate with you. Immediately, it might stay back there, so just give it a little help, right? And then let your upper body sit up nice and tall. You can reach your arms up to the sky and work the balance here. And then let your left hand find support either on your left inner thigh or to the floor. Bend that knee. This is slow. It's a slow transition. We're catching. And what we're going to do is we're going to just roll up and through that right shoulder a little bit. And we're lengthening through the upper body's getting tall, right? So as we find the exhale, maybe we guide the heel in a little closer. So it's slow, right? Maybe it feels good. Maybe it feels really good to take that heel and bring it into the glute. And if that feels good, go for it. Just don't grab on it and yank it in. And then easy, we'll drop the foot. We'll square back center. Big breath in. As you exhale, walk yourself slightly to the left. Drop down into your pose. Release, relax, let it go. Nice. We're going to stay on that left seat. We're going to bring that right leg around. So sit on your left seat, bring that right leg around. We're going to straighten the legs out in front of you, Mare, and scooch yourself back. So use the length of your mat. We're going to sit up nice and tall here. So we'll reach the arms up to the sky. Find a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to reach out. So I want you to get long, extension and length. Keep pulling your toes back. Keep reaching out, keep reaching out, keep reaching. So you might be all the way back by your ankles. You might have the ability to catch the bottom of your feet. So that might be an opportunity for you to use that as your leverage. Maybe you're grabbing onto your ankles. And I want you to extend your chin towards your toes. And then while you're here, as it happens, naturally, you can let yourself then start to fold forward into the pose. So you're probably not having access to, but you might have someone nearby to just give you a little bit of love. I like to just you can find a little more if you press. Does that feel good, Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you find a little press, right? So of course you don't want someone just coming up and pushing you forward. So make sure that it's just a gentle little bit of help. And now you can just breathe into the pose. So your breath may have become shallow. That's fine. Just let it be your natural rhythm of breath. But if you can stay in Ujjayi, keep your mouth closed. And then very slowly, one vertebrae at a time will come up. Slide your palms back outside of your hips with your fingertips forward. Yeah. So we'll be here. Slide them back. So if you're gonna modify, you'll bend your knees and separate your feet hip-width distance apart. And if you're not modifying, then you'll keep your legs long and straight. So if you're not gonna modify, then just lift your hips up and let your toes drop down. You can tuck your chin in, or you can let your head drop back. Find what feels good, reaching through the toes. So if you were modifying, Marilee, you can stay right there where you are. You could bend your knees, lift your hips, and let your head drop back this way. But make sure that you're keeping your glutes on the whole time wherever you are. And then nice and easy, go ahead and lower it down and bring the soles of your feet together. So soles of the feet come together, and I want you to find from your wrists to your shoulders, get that long. So from your wrists to your shoulders, walk your feet out that far away from each other. And Mary, maybe turn onto your mat, and we'll share the mat for a moment. Might be a little easier. So we're here, and then I want you to wrap your hands around your feet. Find a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're gonna bend your elbows and bring your forearms outside of your shins. And then we're gonna work on, just on the exhales, hugging yourself in. So on the exhales, find in a little something, and your head might drop down, and that feels real good. You can close your eyes, but try not to turn your arms off. So see if you can stay strong in bringing yourself forward, right? Use your biceps, use your forearms to breathe into that pose. And then we're gonna keep your right hand wrapped around both sets of toes. And we'll lift the torso a little bit. And we're gonna bring your left hand on the inside, the meaty part of your left thigh. So what I want you to do is I want you to push yourself, kind of push that knee away from you, just as far away as it feels good. Lengthen your chest, breathe in, and then as you exhale, pull with your right arm, press with your left, and open back through that left shoulder. So keep doing that. Keep pulling with the right, pressing with the left, and rotating the torso so that your left shoulder's coming back. And then we'll bring that left hand on top. Right palm comes in. Big inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, bend that left elbow. Turn through your torso, push your right knee away from your shoulder, and then you'll fold a little bit, pull in with that left arm, and peel back through the right. And you can have your eyes closed here. If you have a little more, find it right now. And then slowly we'll come back center, and we'll bring the knees together, and then we'll bring the hands under the knees. So we'll walk the feet out. I'll come next to you, Mare. Use your mat a little bit. And we're just gonna find balance on the sit bones here. We're gonna bring the heels in line with your knees. And you know what, Mare? I might move you back onto your mat so that you could see your full, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's good. You could go that way. Nice. Okay, so we're here, and heels and knees are in line with each other. And all we're gonna do is extend the arms out, and we're gonna lift up through your upper back. So you can keep the knees bent here, but if you feel like you're strong enough in your abdominals, straighten your legs out. Find a little more lean, lengthen through the upper back. That's it, very nice. Reach in through the fingertips, and then let's go ahead and tap down your left heel. Left heel goes to the floor, pick it up, take a pause. Tap down through the right heel. Pick it up, take a pause. Now lift your arms up higher. Now tap that left heel down. Lift it up, take the pause, nice. Tap that right heel, very nice, Mare. Lift it up. Now, bring the arms back out. 2 feet, drop down, and pick it up. 4, touch it. 3, touch it. 2, excellent. 1, hold it right here. Now all we're gonna do is bring your low spine into your mat. Keep your shoulder blades off the floor, right? So shoulder blades stay lifted. Now we're gonna reach your right arm back behind you. Reach it way back, nice. And then we're gonna bring your left fingertips to your left toes, a little crunch for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both arms reach up. Left arm comes back. Right fingertips are towards your right toes. Let's crunch it up. 4, 3, 2. 2 arms reach back. Yes. Chin is neutral. Heels drop. And we pick it up. 4, shoulder blades stay off the floor. 3, 2, mamacita. 1, and lower it down.
How you did that while walking?
You know, that was not a good time for me. Hug the knees into the chest, find a little rock side to side. Nice. And then go ahead and cross your right knee over your left. So get nice and comfortable. Right knee crosses over the left. Yeah. And then we're gonna reach up and catch the outer edges of your feet or your ankles. And then let your head relax back and see if you can bring your left knee, slide it down by that right ankle. If it goes there, if it doesn't, that's fine. But you get a deeper stretch, the further down you can bring it. Now pull your feet back towards your shoulders. So keep them lifted up. Don't pull them down, but pull them back. Yeah. And where do you feel that, Marilee?
The right glute.
Nice.
Super good.
And then we'll reverse the cross. So left guy over the right. Go ahead and lift up, catch on, pull it back, let your head relax. We're sliding that left heel down. Yep, you got it, by your right knee. We're finding the pull. Very nice. If you got a little more pull, find it right now. And then let's go ahead and find a wide straddle. So legs are up nice and wide, and we're gonna slide your hands in. Yeah, slide your hands in. That's nice. So that you can catch the back of the knees. And then we're gonna flex the toes back, and we're just gonna find a little pull here, right? So it's just a feel good. Because we're nice and warm. And on the exhales, we're pulling back a little bit. Beautiful. And if you got a little more pull, go for it now. Very nice. Let's keep the wide straddle and reach your arms up, straight up, and interlace your pointer fingers nice and high. Then, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna crunch that guy through the legs. Yep, for 8, and then overhead. 7, 6, we're alternating it. 5, 4, we're still stretching out through the adductors, so it's a bonus move. Let's do it again. For 8, 7, 6, awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's do it again, why not? 8, 7, since she's doing it and I'm not. 6, and you're doing it and I'm not. 4, 3, 2, we got one more set, let's bust it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay with me. Upper body relaxes, bend the knees and drop the heels. Keep the feet wider than the hips. So knees are bent, heels are in the floor, feet are wider than the hips. 2 knees go to the right side, 2 knees go to the left. We'll take that side to side. And then keep 2 knees to your left, 2 knees to the left side. Pick up your left foot, press it on that right leg. Press it down. So the stronger you press, the deeper you feel it. And if you had like a little, if you have sandbag weights, I love sandbag weights. Not everybody has them, but if you did, when you finish your practice, you can always put a little sandbag, either when your knees are splayed out or in this position. Drop a little sandbag there, and you get a little extra love. And then we'll switch sides. 2 heels in the floor, 2 knees are coming right. Right foot on top of the left. Work that little press down. What's up, feet?
Need a pedicure.
Nice. And then we'll bring that back center. 2 knees come into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Hug it in. Let your head stay relaxed. So head stays in the floor. We'll rock a little bit side to side. And then we're going to hug that left knee in. Let your right leg drop to the floor. Circle a little bit through that left ankle. This guy's relaxed. Grab it with your right hand. Right hand grabs the outside of your left knee. Yeah. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll guide it over. Left shoulder blade drops. Very nice. And then we'll switch sides. Come on back. Hug the right knee in. Straighten the left leg out. Little circle through that left shoulder. Left leg's relaxed. Hug it with the left hand. Big breath in. As you exhale, guide it over. Drop it down. And then let's let it go. Let's get into our Savasana. So wherever that feels good for you, Marilee's coming into butterfly pose. If you want to just relax and let the legs go, so Mary, you find what you like, what feels good for your back. Maybe your legs are straight and they're falling out a little bit left and right, and that's nice too. Shoulder blades, let them drop into the floor. So for a moment, find a big breath in, let your chest come up to the sky. And then as you exhale, let the weight of your head drop into the floor. You can move it a little bit side to side. I like to do that sometimes just because I like to find a place where when it gets real heavy, it'll kind of settle in exactly where it wants to be. And that feels good for me. Like it feels good to really let my brain drop back into my mat. Because it gives me an opportunity to come into the space to know that now is my chance to just let it all go. And then one vertebrae at a time, we drop down through the spine, let the pelvis melt into the floor, let your hamstrings drop down, back of the knees relax, fingertips and toes are completely just chilling out. And then release your teeth if they're clenched together so that you can relax through your jaw. And while you're here, with your eyes closed, the only thing we're doing, we don't have to get up or look up or anything like that. We're just gonna bring your fingertips to your jaw. So bring like your first 3 fingers on both hands to your jaw and find a little circular motion. Get inside there, circle it around. What I like to do is with the bottom of my jaw, like the bottom row of my teeth, I kind of move them side to side. And I reverse, so the head's not moving, we're just deep in the muscle of the jaw. We're just moving it around, and maybe you're taking just one of the fingers, the middle finger, pressing it in. Just a nice little massage. And then let your arms relax back down into the floor. Let your shoulders drop back in, relax through your neck. And let's bring your mind space into a place. So if you can find it in yourself to just quiet your mind for a moment and move into only thoughts of gratitude. So every single thought that you have is only going to be about the things that you feel thankful for. And we're going to do that with the awesome idea of it doesn't matter how big or how small. It's just what you're grateful for. It could be a warm cup of cocoa. Could be time spent with your animal, with your pet. That's always a really good one, high on the list. So your gratitude, guys, breathe into it right here. And if you have the opportunity, it's a gift. This is really a gift, but I call it an opportunity because you've already spent time on your mat, you've already given that to yourself. But if you have the opportunity to stay here for 5 minutes, 5 minutes to listen to the sound of the ocean, to breathe in, to breathe out, fill the lungs up. How often are we rushing around? We're in shallow breath all the time. So really let your rib cage expand. You did all that work. Breathe into your intercostal muscles. Let the breath feel good. We pay so little attention to our breathing, but the interesting thing is if we stopped breathing, we stopped living. So really enjoy the sound of your own breath. Enjoy the sounds that we'll have at the end of class, the nature sounds that I'll put to the end of class. Enjoy it and melt more into the floor. When you find your mind running away from gratitude into your to-do list, into your, I call it for myself, my ADD, where I'm thinking about a million things that I have to get done. If that happens, that's okay. Bring yourself back into, this is my time for my gratitude. Let me enjoy my gratitude. It's beautiful time spent on your mat for you, from you. That gift, thank you for sharing your time with me and with Marilee. Namaste, my friends.